When I get asked to talk about Islam, it's, talk about the stereotypes you want to dispel. This is something that people turn to for comfort and support. All the things that people look to for religion you find within Islam. What do you do when somebody is born? How do you celebrate? How do you offer thanks? What do you do when you get married? It is a happy, love-filled religion. The top 5 countries where Muslims live are, in fact, non-Arab countries. So Indonesia, for example, representing about 200 million Muslims worldwide. So that even though you look at the Arab world and you see a very high percentage of Muslims, in fact, most Muslims you meet will be non-Arab. Let me start by saying horrible, horrible things happen by Muslim men to Muslim women. But at the same time, Indonesia, again, the most populous Muslim nation in the world, has had a female head of state. Turkey has had a female head of state. Pakistan, of all countries, has had a female head of state. So it's very easy to turn around and say, oh, well, how many female heads of state has the United States elected? It's very easy to take data in isolation and not look at it as part of a larger pattern. Not that we should not be stopping and saying that violence against women is an evil. But to say that it's because of a religion or a culture means that we can't really address the ways in which women are being oppressed. I think the reality is that every time we hear the word terrorism, it is always followed in very close proximity, Islam or Muslim. Even if it's a simple statement that most terrorism is not committed by Muslims in this country, it gets stuck in people's mind, Islam and terrorism or Muslim and terrorism. The term jihad, then, it literally means to strive or to struggle, right? So to study for an exam is a jihad, to raise a child is a jihad. Unfortunately, it's come to mean this sense of holy war. So whereas somebody like Mullah Muhammad Omar, for example, or Bin Laden or Zawahiri would say, well, jihad is part of our tradition, this is what we do. The reality is they've actually invented this. It's not traditional in any sense. It is in fact about as untraditional as you can get. I think a perfect example of this was just about a year ago, not even a year ago, about 6 months ago, there was a show on TLC called All American Muslim. Reality show about a family living in Dearborn, Michigan. What did it deal with? It dealt with a couple's infertility, it dealt with high school football, it dealt with a Muslim law enforcement officer, it dealt with marriage, and it dealt with prayer. And what happened? What was the big controversy? This is a stealth jihad to take over America by showing how normal Muslims are, that Muslims are human beings. And I think to myself, this is how bad the discourse has become. It's the unfortunate reality of the world we live in.